If you clicked on this video, then you fall into one of two categories. Either you're familiar with what a Mandela effect is, or you don't. So let me explain to the people who have never even heard of this term before. It's basically when you confidently believe that a certain thing is 100% true, only to find out that it never happened at all. It just turned out to be a case of false memory. This whole phenomenon began when a large amount of people came out and swore that they remember former South African President Nelson Mandela dying while in prison in the 1980s. However, that wasn't true at all. He actually passed away in the year 2013, leaving many completely shocked when they found out. Here's a quick and simple example to help you better understand. For many years, I specifically thought that Steven Adams was a part of the 2012 NBA draft, until I discovered recently that he was actually taken in the 2013 draft. And here's another example outside of basketball. In The Empire Strikes Back, it's commonly believed that Darth Vader specifically says, "Luke, I am your father."
Luke, I am your father.
But actually, he says, "No, I am your father."
It's not true. That's impossible!
So now that you know how it works, let's jump right into the video. Now remember, you might not necessarily agree with some of these, because Mandela effects do vary from person to person. Hope you enjoy. We all know what this famous picture is. It's obviously the banana boat crew, just by looking at the large banana floaty they're sitting on. I'm sure you're familiar with the members of the banana boat, right? You got LeBron, Chris Paul, D Wade, and of course, Wait, Gabriel Union? I thought Melo was a part of this. If you're confused just like I was, don't worry, you're not alone. Because if you were to go up to anybody and ask them to name the crew sitting on that banana, they all would mention Anthony. In fact, I actually put it to the test and randomly asked my nephew not too long ago, and he said the exact same thing and was absolutely dumbfounded when I revealed that Carmelo was never actually seen on that boat. So why do so many people claim that Melo is a part of the banana boat? Well, it all started back in 2015 when they all went on summer vacation, and around that time, there was talk that all four of them really wanted to team up together on the same team one day. When this image first surfaced on social media, it was an instant hit. Everyone thought it was pretty funny. Then somehow, over time, Melo would get lumped into this. Although Carmelo was not present in this particular picture, he was with the group on that vacation. So maybe that's how he got involved with this pop culture phenomenon. Next, we have another case where many people were surprised when they found out this never happened. Many kids who grew up in the 90s claim that they specifically remember a film where comedian Sinbad played a genie that goes around granting wishes for two young kids called Shazam. But it turns out that movie doesn't even exist. And the other mass of people who think they're crazy for thinking this movie actually exists simply explain that they're probably mistaken and getting it confused with Shaquille O'Neal's Kazam, who did play a genie in the 1996 film. Many people who were once kids in the 90s say that they could have sworn a movie starring Sinbad as a genie is a real thing, even sharing detailed memories of when and where they sat down and watched it before. I mean, even Shaq himself has stated that if kids wanted to see him and Sinbad team up as Kazam and Shazam in an Avengers-style genie movie, he would be all for it. But once again, Sinbad's genie character never existed. Some people even said that back in the day, when they heard that Shaq was coming out with his own genie movie, they actually thought it was just a ripoff of Shazam. So why do so many swear up and down that they remember watching this movie? Well, Sinbad did appear in several children films in the 90s. In fact, one possible explanation could be that on the VHS tape of the movie First Kid reportedly showed a preview of Kazam before the movie started, and maybe that's how Sinbad got associated with Shaq's character. This whole fiasco got so out of hand that Sinbad himself had no other choice but to address the situation. Quote, "Have you noticed no one my age has seen this so-called Sinbad genie movie? Only you people who were kids in the 90s.
Y'all remember a movie called Shazam with Sinbad playing a genie?
You know what? That movie was never real. It was the rumor started in 2009. I don't know where it came from, but it's not real.
He also gave an explanation of his own for maybe the reason why they got it twisted. Quote, I hosted an afternoon of Sinbad movies in 1994, Sinbad the Sailor movies. So how could a movie simply vanish from history? Or is it that we could just be living in an alternate universe? Not too long ago, LeBron James came out and revealed the new Space Jam jersey. It was definitely cool of him to share it with us, but the design got some mixed reactions. Some people liked it, and others did not. But that's not even the main complaint that some had with the new uniform. Some had trouble understanding why it said Toon Squad and not Toon Squad, considering the way cartoon is spelled. People don't like the fact that they changed the way it's spelled from how it was in Space Jam Part 1. I do get where they're coming from, that is, if they actually had a point, which they don't, because in the first movie, it's also spelled Toon Squad. And here's a little back and forth conversation that these two guys had on Twitter. What y'all think of LeBron in the new Space Jam jersey? And more importantly, why is it Toon Squad and not Toon Squad? It's always been Toon Squad. Go look at the Jordan jersey. Was it really? My childhood is ruined. As you just saw, there are people out there who thought that without a doubt the jersey said something different, so it looks like some of us have been living a lie. When it comes to NBA history, it's always good to know your stuff, so you can impress your friends when the time comes to pass a trivia test with flying colors, to show that you're truly an historian of the game. So you better not fall victim to the Mandela effect, or you run the risk of looking stupid. There was this one time in particular when I was with my friends in 7th grade waiting for the bus to pick us up, and I overheard a conversation of them talking about the Lakers three-peat they had back in the early 2000s, and one kid confidently said that they won in 2001, 2002, and 2003. And for some reason, that really bothered me, because obviously the Lakers won the title in 2000, then 2001 and 2002. Now, I didn't say anything at the time, I just laughed at the fact that he clearly had his dates mixed up. I do regret not interrupting to correct him, but at the same time, I guess it is kinda easy to get it confused. And that was just one of many times I've heard someone say that, which leads me to another Laker misunderstanding. We all know that the Pistons defeated the Lakers in 5 games in the 2004 NBA Finals. Not many people really expected that outcome. And another thing I hear a lot is that the Pistons ruined the Lakers' chances to complete a four-peat, when obviously that wasn't the case. It looks like Paul Pierce had his own little Mandela effect on the same topic.
I truly believe if they won that championship, you got to bring a team back to compete, to see if they can do it again. And then think about it, that would have been a four-peat. When the last time a championship team won it 4 times in a row, not since the Boston Celtics.
And of course, Rachel Nichols was eager to immediately correct him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs won a title in the middle there, so it wouldn't be a four-peat, but
the finals that took place right in the middle of the Lakers dynasty was the Spurs and Nets in 2003. I've always called this the forgotten NBA Finals. No one ever really talks about it. I mean, how could you forget? It had a very special moment at the end. David Robinson officially retiring as a champion on Father's Day.
How would you put this moment into words, David?
How do you put this moment? To finish my career in the NBA Finals, to win the championship, that's a plan only written by God. I just praise him. Today is an incredible day for me. I'm just blessed.
Now this next one is kinda my own personal Mandela effect that I experienced, and it's pretty simple. It has to do with the Jumpman logo. This logo is without question one of the most recognizable images out there. Michael Jordan with his legs spread out, soaring in for a dunk. So when I was first introduced to basketball, I automatically just assumed that the logo has to be from his iconic free throw line dunk, right? I mean, it does resemble each other, but But it turns out, as some of you might already know, that silhouette is actually from this picture, which was taken right before the 1984 Olympic Games. Well, that was the very first time he posed like that. Just a year later, in 1985, he would do it again, this time for a Nike photo shoot. And this one kinda has a little Mandela effect within it. You see, here's Jordan himself explaining it. Quote, "I wasn't even dunking on that one. People think I was. I just stood on the floor, jumped up and spread my legs, and they took the picture. I wasn't even running. Everyone thought I did that by running and taking off. Actually, it was a ballet move where I jumped up and spread my legs. And I was holding the ball in my left hand. So let me know if you also got the Jumpman logo confused with his free throw line dunk. I hope I'm not the only one, because that would be kinda embarrassing." Okay, last one. And it's a Mandela effect for the sneakerheads out there, even though this could just be more of a misconception. For decades upon decades, it's been said that the black and red Air Jordan 1s were the shoes that the NBA banned Jordan from wearing because it broke the NBA color rules, and they would fine him for every time he made an appearance with them on the court. But in actuality, it was the forgotten Air ships that were originally banned from the NBA, not the Jordan 1s. Nike decided to go with it anyway and say that this is the banned shoe in order to sell more shoes. They even made a commercial surrounding the lie, trying to make the Jordan 1s more intriguing, claiming that the NBA banned them, basically saying you better get your hands on these just for their own personal gain.
On September 15th, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe. On October 18th, the NBA threw them out of the game. Fortunately, the NBA can't stop you from wearing them. Air Jordans from Nike.
So yeah, the history that we all thought was behind this shoe is actually just a myth. These are the ones that the NBA did not want Jordan wearing. Alright guys, let me know of any Mandela effects that you've personally experienced, where you thought something either happened or was true, only to find out that you were wrong. I'm sure we've all had one before, and I would love to know down in the comments. Also, make sure to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.